I have strawberries. There are 5 little strawberries right here on this plant. These plants were given to me. They were already potted. I put them in the prepared soil that I made. It's a peat moss and perlites and some mulch in there, and then put them in, let them kind of get situated a bit, and then fertilized them. I've got a drip irrigation system. Of course, this is a kind of a raised potted plant situation because of the varmints here, and they just seem to be doing very well. Seem to have the right amount of sun and shade, and so very, very pleased with that. I've got kale down below. It's not doing as well. It's actually being devoured by some sort of insect, so I've got to figure that out. This situation is right. That needs some attention. In fact, all of what I've learned has been from reading books, things online, and people I know, sharing information with me, and I'm kind of being guided through this process, and it's really, really exciting. Not only the learning part, but the work and then the reward. And this is really where we are today in our devotional. We are in Deuteronomy 27 and 28. I'm combining 2 days. And it's the curses and the blessings. So 27 is the curses. So these are the things that if you don't abide by what God has laid out, then there's going to be consequences. And so like the kale down below, there's something I'm doing that's not right, and so they're being devoured. And so he warns the nation of Israel in Deuteronomy 27 that if you don't do this, you'll be devoured. Of course, now he's speaking to his people. And while these words may apply to those that are lost, that don't know the Lord, they specifically apply to those that are the Lord's. And so he lets them know, this is what you must do. And so we know that God is patient. In James 1:19, it says that he's slow to wrath, and so he's very patient. He is a loving father that is trying to guide his children. But in Hebrews 12:6, he says, as a loving father, when they don't adhere to what he has to say, then he will discipline them. And so this is something that we need to be cognizant of. We need to understand. I would encourage you to read Jeremiah 17:10. It really seems to kind of summarize this, and I'll put it in the description below. In chapter 28, it talks about all the blessings that come, and these are conditional blessings. And so God's saying, if you adhere to what it is that I instruct you, then you're going to have blessings. So by doing what is right and doing what works, there's going to be blessings. So God knows exactly what we need, and he has laid it out, and we are without excuse. So as we look at our lives, we might ask ourselves, what kind of life do we want to live? Do we want to live an abundant life that is fruitful? Or do we want to live a life that is just really being devastated? And I want to tell you, the kale has gone up. It's done well. It's really, really began to show some maturity, and then all of a sudden, the pests come in. And you may be kind of trekking along in your life right now, and you're like, I'm fine. Do you have the health? Do you have the protection of God to get you to the point to where you produce fruit? Because this is what the Lord is looking for. This is what I'm looking for. So I'm excited about my strawberries, but I have to ask myself the question, is the Lord excited about what he's seeing in my life? And you might ask that question as well. May God richly bless you. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and we will talk to you soon.